Today, we are doing an overview of a vented gas fireplace. So, the manufacturer of the one we're working on today is Hearth and Home Technologies Incorporated. Model number GNTC50. This particular one is set up to run on natural gas. Something to note, these fireplaces can run on natural gas or propane, but the gas pressures are different for propane and natural gas. So keep that in mind. You should be able to find this data plate somewhere on your gas fireplace. It's usually inside the bottom door. When you open that bottom door where the gas valve is, that's usually where this data sticker will be. So let's identify some of the major components that you're going to find on a gas fireplace. What you'll see sticking up underneath the logs will be the thermocouple, the igniter, the pilot, and the thermopile. And then down below, when you open that bottom door, you're of course going to see your gas valve, your gas shut-off valve, on-off valve, your push-button piezo igniter, your gas inlet, and then the gas outlet to the burner, and then the small pilot tube, of course, going up to the pilot. And you'll have, depending on your setup, you'll have a wall switch or a thermostat or remote control that tells the gas valve, okay, we want to use the fireplace. And if you look at the detail of the wall switch connection, you have your wall switch on the right, and the left side here is what your terminals are labeled on that gas valve and how you need to land the wires on that gas valve, what terminals. So T and H and TH-TP. And again, this is for a standing pilot ignition. So this is a thermocouple, and this is a thermopile. Some terminology here. The difference between a thermocouple and a thermopile is their method of measurement. The thermocouple is a thermoelectric instrument, while the thermopile is an instrument that modifies thermal energy, so heat energy, into electrical output. The thermocouple is a safety device designed to shut off the gas valve if the pilot light goes out. That way the valve doesn't stay open and you're pumping a bunch of gas, raw gas, into the fireplace. That would be dangerous. Whereas the thermopile opens the main gas valve. 300 millivolts or more is a sign of a good thermopile, whereas if you get a reading below 300 millivolts, that would require you want to replace that thermopile. You want to check your terminations outside, whether it's on your roof or on the side of your house, side of your building. Make sure there's no bird's nest, wasp nest, dirt, overgrown trees or bushes touching them, blocking them. That's a fire hazard. And you want to inspect and clean the glass when it's cool, of course, and not in use. And most importantly here, inspect and clean the gasket that goes all the way around the perimeter of the glass. And if that gasket is missing or torn or cracked, etc., you'll want to replace that before using the gas fireplace. And then, of course, inspect the lava rock, the logs, etc. And the way you open that glass door is you hinge up the top vented door on the top of the fireplace, there's a long vent, and there's these two spring-loaded metal clips that hold the door nice and tight against the body of the fireplace. So you undo those clips, and that door will hinge down for you.
Woo!
So here's a better look at the gas train. So you see the gas line coming in on the left-hand side, going into the gas valve, and then out the top there, going to the main burner. And you can see on this gas valve, the knob says on, off, and pilot. Usually when you turn it to pilot, you have to push down on that knob to get it to go into the pilot position. And then you can see the piezoelectric igniter there. That's actually what produces a spark to light your pilot. And then you want to inspect everything, make sure nothing's cracked, broken, damaged, missing, bent, etc. You can clean those parts gently with some steel wool if necessary. Inspect all these holes in the burner plate. Make sure they're not clogged or rusted or corroded shut. And the little pieces of rock wool, you don't want those to completely block all these little holes in your burner plate. The little pieces of rock wool, you want them to just kind of sit around or near those holes, but not blocking them. And we'll watch a quick video here of lighting this natural gas fireplace. So again, you turn on the gas there, gas flows to the valve. Currently you see it's in the off position. And what we're going to do, turn it to pilot. Again, you have to partially press in that knob. And while in the pilot position, with it pressed in, with your other hand, you'll then reach over and push the red button on the igniter, which will create a spark, and you'll light the pilot. Sometimes it takes a couple tries. Let's take a look, and there our pilot light is lit. And you want to hold it here for about 30 seconds before you turn it to all the way to the on position. If you let go too soon, the pilot light will go out. And that's because if the thermocouple doesn't induce a current through the flame, it won't complete the circuit and the pilot light will go out. So now we have it on all the way. Then I'll go over to the wall and I'll turn on the switch on the wall. Just give me a second. And then that switch will tell that valve, okay, hey, we want to turn on now.
Woo!
And there you go. Now right now this fireplace is ice cold. The glass is cold. This is the first time it's been lit for this season. Those flames will start to clean up a little bit as it runs. And the glass will clear up. It fogs up, of course, when it's cold. And then when you want to turn the fireplace off, simply turn the switch off. And I labeled mine so I know which switch controls it.
Wow.
And I recommend at the end of heating season, you want to go ahead and turn off your gas valve, the main gas valve there on your left. And then turn the knob on your gas valve to the off position. Trying to do this one-handed and film at the same time. There we go. So down in this area is where that data plate will be. And you can vacuum this area out, dust it out, wipe it out, keep it clean in there. And for your reference, again, this is natural gas. Here's lighting instructions. Again, how to turn off the gas appliance. You can screenshot this if you'd like. And if you think you need parts for your gas fireplace, you want to get your model and serial number and manufacturer and do a Google search. And 9 times out of 10, you should be able to find parts to repair your gas fireplace. Before you make any repairs, make sure the fireplace is off and cooled down, the switch is off, the gas valve is closed. Thanks for watching. Please like, share, subscribe, leave me a comment for future video topics you would like me to cover.